So many years back, I was lucky enough and blessed enough to be able to speak on the same stage with Sir Richard Branson, the Dalai Lama, F.W. de Klerk, God, you name it, they were there, Vishen Lakhiani, all of these amazing transformational leaders. And I was just up and coming. I was rising to that place where all of these people already were. That was where I was aspiring to be, you know, just an A speaker. And I was so excited that I'd gotten this opportunity to be on the same stage. And about 2 weeks before the event, the promoter calls me and he says, Janet. And I said, yeah. And he said, you know, we were thinking you've already given the passion test, which is what I do. You've already given the passion test to our group 3 times. And they love you. You were fabulous. You hit it out of the ballpark. And most of those people will be at this event. So to give the passion test again, you know, would kind of be like redundant. So I want you to do something new, okay? And I froze. I swear to God, I froze on the phone. I am like, are you kidding me? Do something new? This is what I do. I'm the passion queen. This is what I do. This is what I know. But instead of saying that, this is what I do. This is my brand. I said, no problem. Got it. And hung up the phone and completely went out of my body because, you know, it was 2 weeks before this event. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And so I sat in my room every single day, all day long. And I mean all day long, putting together content, and putting together a 2-hour talk. And I am like, are you kidding me? And I called my friend Marcy and I said, oh, actually it's a 1-hour talk. I called my friend Marcy up and I said, Mars, I want to go over my new talk because I have to make up this new talk for the Dalai Lama event. She goes, you are kidding me, Janny. Call them back and tell them that's not what you do. I said, Mars, if I call them back and tell them that's not what I do, then they might take me out of the game. Because they said I've already done it 3 times. Marcy just flipped out. She said, Janny, this is what you do. Janny, I love you. I've been in this arena for many, many years, and you know, you can't like change it up overnight. This is what you do. This is what you know, and you're going to get on a big stage, and there's going to be the Dalai Lama, and there's going to be Sir Richard Branson. This is what you do. I said, Mars, I got to do this. I'm afraid that they'll cancel me off of this big event, and this is my big opportunity. I can't call them up. I don't want them to take me out. I mean, this is my big chance. I said, will you listen to my talk? And she said, all right. She's so sweet, you know, and so I rattled it off really quick as I could, because I knew it wasn't solid. I knew it wasn't together. And at the end, you know, she didn't even, like, it was so fast. She kind of went, well, yeah, okay. Well, you know how I feel. And I said, I know, Mars. Thanks for listening to me. Click. Then I called my business partner, Chris Atwood. I said, hey, Chris, you know, I have to put this new talk together because, you know, the promoter said that I can't do the passion test again. And Chris goes, what? What do you mean you can't do the passion test? That's what you do. That's your brand. You have to do the passion test. You only have a couple of weeks before you're up on this huge stage. You're with the Dalai Lama. Do you know how big that's going to be for you? No, you've got to do what you know. Again, well, Chris, I can't. You know, like, what if they say, well, if you can't do something new, you know, we can't have you. And I can't risk that. This is my big opportunity. I can't risk that. And so I quickly, again, ran through my new talk with Chris, and he's like, well, you know, okay, and gave me some pointers, and we hung up. And the day of the Dalai Lama event, I get on stage, and I am like, not on stage. And I am so not in my body because I don't know my talk. I don't feel my talk. My energy is just all over the place, but there. And an hour flies by, and I get off from the stage, and I am like, wow, what was that? And I just was so disappointed. I really felt like, I didn't do what I came to do. The moral of the story, though, is very different than that experience, because I left thinking, oh my God, I didn't deliver it. That afternoon, I'm standing out in the hallway, and this woman comes up to me, and she says, Janet. I said, yeah. She goes, could I talk to you for a minute? I could hardly stand to talk to anybody, really, because I was just like, oh no, you're going to tell me how bad it was? Inside I was just really so disappointed. And she said, yeah. I'd love to tell you something really important. I said, what's that? And she said, well, my husband heard your talk. And when you were done, he looked over at me and said, I've decided I'm not going to kill myself. So, for anyone that's hearing this, you never know what your impact is going to be. If you're up on a stage, or if you're telling a story, or if you're doing whatever, know that whatever you're doing is the very best. This was a big lesson for me. This was the best that you can do. How do you know this is how you're doing? And number two, you can never know what your impact is. Years later, I'm with Richard Branson on his island with a lot of people, about 16 people. We're all doing this brainstorming session. And this woman there comes up to me and she says, Janet, do you remember me? And I said, no. I was at your Dalai Lama talk. I said, you were at my Dalai Lama talk and you're here? And she goes, yeah. And I was broke, and I was depressed, and I was suicidal. And you saved my life, and I've always wanted to thank you. So again, just do your best. Give from your heart, and just know you'll never know. For what it's worth, you'll never know. Hey, cool, you're still here. I'm so excited that you made it all this far. Obviously, and I know you're going to agree with me, we've got some kindredship going, huh? And one of the things that I've created in my life that I'm so proud of is the passion test. And the very first step is to be able to take the survey to find out, where are you right now in living your passionate life? So it only takes a few minutes, and I got to tell you, it's really fun. It's very cool what you'll find. So click on the link below. Bye, you guys.